Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about perfumes. So I've been getting into perfumes recently since this whole quarantine started, and which is kind of ironic because I can't go to the store and smell them before I buy them, but last summer my sister came and visited and we went to Nordstrom, I think, and smelled a few, and I even took samples of a couple of them. And then the one that I really liked, I felt like I could never forget about it, and I was like, I need to buy this, like, I want this a lot, and I've been thinking about it for half a year, so then I bought it, and then I was like, you know what, if you wear the same perfume every day, after a while you can't smell it, and you spray more and more, and like, the people I work with were probably dying at one point, so sorry if that was any of you watching. But the one I'm talking about smells like a latte though, so I don't think it's terrible. But anyway, so I was like, I should get some more of these, you know? And I recently started using Mercari at this time, and Mercari is really great because you get to set the shipping based on the weight of the item. And a like a sample size perfume, it's this. It gets the lowest shipping possible because this weighs like nothing, and the shipping's like $3.50, and these samples are usually less than 10 bucks, so it's not too bad, especially if you get a bundle of samples. So anyway, I got into it again, and I want to talk about the ones I've tried, what I like, different brands, what I think of brands in general, and my personal preferences, okay? So I'm going to take a non-biased approach to the lasting power, which is how many hours can you smell it after you spray it, how many sprays do you actually need to get any smell out of it, and the brand overall, and like affordability, and then I'll also talk about do I like it personally. So the first brand I'm going to talk about is Valentino, and I have two Valentinos right here. So the first one, I'm going to go from least favorite to most favorite for each brand that I have multiple, which is not that many. The first one is Valentino Donna. It does not come with the bow, but the person I bought it on Mercari from, it's partially full, so I got a really good deal. I think it was like 45 or 50 bucks, which usually the full bottle, this is a 1.7 ounce, I think, would retail for over $100. So this was a good deal. I really love this bow they put on there. And the original Valentino Donna notes are bergamot, which is basically citrusy, like lemon lime for the top, which is right when you spray it. Then the middle notes, or the heart, I guess is what it's called, are Bulgarian rose and iris. And I don't know, a lot of these ingredients will say like location and then like rose, or location vanilla, like Tahitian vanilla, and I'm like, does it matter if it's coming from Tahiti or Bulgaria? So I don't know, I'm sure it does, but I'm not super into this yet. So yeah, top notes bergamot, that's like citrus, and then middle notes are Bulgarian rose and iris, and the base notes are patchouli and leather and vanilla, and I'm looking over at fragrantica because I don't want to get this wrong, okay? And I forget what patchouli is often, so if I do, people who don't know about perfumes definitely would. It's in the group of woods and mosses. It's an exotic bush that grows mainly in India. Sweet, dark, with an earthy, woody edge. Okay. And it's put in a lot of base notes of the perfumes because it adds longevity. So this is what we would call a beast mode fragrance if you spray one spray of this, for real. Like, I spray it on my skin right here, and that's saying something too because it's on the skin, not on the clothes. I spray it on my skin, one spray, all day long. I will smell this, okay? Like 12 plus hours. Until I take a shower, I smell it. And you can also smell it around, so that's called I don't do French, okay? So I call it sillage or sillage. but I've heard it called sillage, so I'm just gonna say sillage, or okay, I'll say sillage. I'll pretend I'm French. Sure. This is really good. Like, you spray it, everybody in the room can smell it. And after a few minutes it does calm down so that no one gets a headache, but I would not do more than 2 sprays ever. So that's a really good bang for your buck, especially if you get it on Mercari. Okay, so this is the Valentino Donna original. I personally don't like it that much. I don't think I like rose that much. And maybe leather too, I don't know. Something to me about it is off, but this is a very good brand. This is a very long-lasting, powerful, you only need 1 spray perfume. So if you like the notes that I listed, then this is a good buy. This is just personally not something that I like. Something from Valentino that I really do like, which I did like the Donna for a while. So when they came out with a new one, I was like, they can't replace the original, the one, the only. But then I was like, I got a set of samples, and like this was one of them, and I was like, I can try it because I already have it. And then I tried it and I was like, oh, my world has changed. This one is called Valentino Donna Born in Roma, and this bottle is the same pattern in the glass, so you can see the studs, which is very characteristic of the Valentino brand. Oh, I got some dirt on it. Okay, anyway. And it has a little black studs around the edge. And this one's cool. This is a 3.4 ounce bottle. It has this little thing, like a grenade. And you pull it out when you want to spray it. So when it's around your room and you have this in, nobody's going to accidentally push it and spray it. Although hopefully you're not keeping it somewhere where that can just accidentally happen. But yeah. And this is a nice dark pink color. It's really cute. And the top notes are, let's see, pink pepper, which makes it interesting, bergamot again, and black currant. So you get some like spicy berry, but like it's not a deep spicy, it's just like a And then you get 2 kinds of jasmine. You get jasmine and jasmine sambac. I don't know what the difference is, but if you do, that's cool. And also jasmine tea in the middle notes. I love jasmine in perfumes. I think that's very nice. And then the base is bourbon vanilla. So there's something to be said about the different kinds of vanillas. I love bourbon vanilla. It's like not as sickly sweet, I think. I'm not sure, my opinion, but I just know for me personally, I like it when it's bourbon vanilla. Maybe it adds more like a booziness. Then there's guaiac wood. Guaiac wood, whatever that means, some kind of wood, and cashmeran. So cashmeran I think is a nice note. I can't really describe it. Let's read more about it. See what Fragrantica has to say about it. Cashmeran. A popular synthetic accord with a soft, diffusive, warm, woody, musky, amber scent reminiscent of cashmere wool. Wow, okay, I could have guessed that. So it smells like a sweater. But yeah, this, if I had to describe it to someone who doesn't want to hear notes all day, it's sweet. It's got some berry, citrusy freshness to it, fresh fruitiness to it. It's got that little of spice, but it is not spicy. It's just a hint of light spice to make you like, oh, that's interesting. It's not just a sweet vanilla perfume with some berries. It's like got a kick to it, you know what I mean? Like that, it's a kick. And it's very warm and cozy. I wore this in the summer a few times. That was a mistake. It gets disgustingly sweet in the hot weather, so I'm waiting for fall to wear it again, because I got it in the spring, and the few times I wore it in the spring I loved it, but not for summer. Anyway, that's Valentino Donna Born in Roma. 5 out of 5 for me, except in the summer, and then it's like, no. So those are the only Valentino ones I have. That one is the same as the other Valentino we talked about, in that I do one spray to my chest, on my skin, and it lasts all day. That one has even better lasting power, probably thanks to the vanilla in the base, than the Valentino Donna. But Yeah, it's really good. And I also got that one on Mercari. I don't think I bought any of these retail. Like, why would you buy them retail when you can get them on Mercari for like, I got that one new in box for like 80 bucks. Normally retail is like 130. It's the same thing. And then you're helping someone out, not a big company. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but okay. Now we're going to talk about some celebrity fragrances. I have two from Nicki Minaj. So the first one I want to talk about is called the Pink Print, and this one's more expensive. It's apparently hard to find. Like, I took a long time to find this one. I had to wait till I found one that wasn't like $50. This one I think I got for $17 on eBay, which was quite a steal from what I'd been looking at previously, since it's so rare. And the reason I wanted to get it is it looks like from the notes that it would smell like a beach. It has like coconut and driftwood in the base, which I thought would be really great. But for some reason, I think it's the way my nose works, like my specific sense of smell. When I wear this, it just smells like alcohol-y, like rubbing alcohol-y, and like maybe dryer sheet, and like it's trying to do the driftwood thing, but it's just off for me. A lot of people love this, so I do think it's me and not the perfume. The bottle is pretty cute. Nicki Minaj's perfumes all are her with the head as the cap, like this. And at first I was like, I don't know about that. But now I've grown to like it. But I do not like this smell at all. So I'll read you the notes though, because you might like it and my nose is probably just funny. I worked at an ammonia factory on and off for 3 years, and my sense of smell has just recently came back, which is probably why I'm into perfumes now, because I can smell things. But this one, I don't know, my nose doesn't like. So the top notes, which is right when you spray it, passion fruit, grapefruit, and bergamot. So lots of citrusy. And then the middle is rose, heliotrope, which is like white florals, orange blossom, frangipani, it's a yellow flower, and nectarine. And then the base, which is mostly why I bought it, sounds like a beach. It's driftwood, coconut, musk, sandalwood, and patchouli. I do understand that when I smell it, but something is off. I don't know, maybe it's the patchouli. I've heard a few people say they don't like patchouli when it's too strong, but yeah, that is the Pink Print by Nicki Minaj. So obviously I'll be selling that one, and I'll be selling my Valentino Donna on Mercari again, if anybody wants to check it. Then my second Nicki Minaj one, I have the 3.4 ounce bottle, and this is Pink Friday, and I got the big bottle mostly because she wears a necklace only in the big bottle, which I was like, ooh, bling. So, the notes in this are blackberry, Italian mandarin. Again, I don't know why it matters that it's Italian. It's still a mandarin, but whatever. And then starfruit. So nice and fruity when you spray it. And then the middle is star jasmine and lotus. So you get some light florally, white floral stuff. And then the base is caramel, pear, woodsy notes, vanilla, and musk. And I also appreciate about this that there's no notes with crazy names. They're all names we know. So the base notes, base is what it dries down to after maybe an hour or two, and that's what you smell most of the day. This one, I spray it a couple times, like 2 or 3 sprays. I smell this all day long. It smells really good. I would say every note in the base comes through. Like, you can smell all of the notes as well balanced, and when you first spray it, it's nice and sweet. And the middle, like the next 2 hours, is nice and floral. So it's exactly what the note description on Fragrantica says. And it lasts for a while. I think the bottle's cute. Some people don't like it. Maybe you would like it better. You could just have it like this. Actually, if you buy a tester, they don't come with the cap. And they're way cheaper. So if you look on like Fragrance Net or something, you can get a tester for significantly less. But because this is a celebrity fragrance, it's pretty cheap. This one's easy to find. So you'd pay maybe, I think I paid $25 for this big bottle, new in box, which the box is adorable. It has a picture of Nikki on it and it's so cute. But yeah, so obviously I like that one. I'd give it a 4 out of 5 because like it is cheap, so the bottle is a little cheap. Sometimes when you spray it, you can kind of feel like, oh, I better make sure I push this down straight. But other than that, like the smell itself is great. So I love that. My other celebrity fragrance that I have is Prerogative by Britney Spears. And I was super lucky and found the big 3.4 ounce bottle for $17 on eBay, which if anybody knows anything about perfume is quite a steal because, as I said, like the Valentino one, 3.4 ounces retails $130. So it's like a tenth of the cost. And this is her only unisex fragrance. I didn't read that anywhere official, but I think someone said it in the comments on here. I really like this. So the top notes are apricot, goji berries, and pink pepper. So you've got that kick of interesting again with the pink pepper and some fruits in the top, okay? And then the middle notes or the heart are saffron, coffee, and red lily. So I love the coffee. I don't smell it super a lot when I spray it, but I know it's there. Like, there's a hint of it, okay? And then the base is amberwood and sandalwood. So that's a nice, warm, like, sexy base. And this is so good. You have to spray a bit. Like, I probably did 10 sprays the other day, but if I get this big bottle for less than $20, I don't really care because it smells pretty good. And I bet if you put some lotion on or if you spray it on your clothes mainly, it lasts for at least 8 hours. Like, I think it was a good 8 hours for me when I did 10 sprays. I smelled it the whole workday. So I really like this. I also think the bottle's super cute and I love Britney Spears, so yeah. Also the sprayer is the same pink as the words here. It's a cute bottle, okay? Okay, so I like that. The bottle is well made, but I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 because you do have to spray it like 10 times. But other than that, I love how it smells. Although I would like a little bit more coffee. Okay, so some people have made a comparison between that Britney Spears Prerogative Black Opium and Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. So that's a lot I just said, but we're gonna go through it. We already talked about the Britney Spears one. Whoop. Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. I had a sample, which I put my own handmade label on, so I wouldn't forget what it was. And the notes in this, I'm not even gonna read. It's a whole mess of notes. Supposedly the top notes have coffee. I didn't smell coffee. In fact, the only thing I smelled was the tonka bean. And this is a common theme with people who review this. It's just like, ewed a tonka bean. Like, that's the only thing you smell. And if you like that, cool. And I did kind of like it. But the problem for me, and I had the same problem with Black Opium, is I literally sprayed half of this sample on me one day. And I did kind of smell it all day, but it's like you have to spray so much of this. Like somehow my skin just like eats up these certain smells, or maybe my nose doesn't pick them up. So this is very similar to Black Opium by YSL. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the actual name. And that one, it smelled so nice when I like smelled the sample when I first got it, but I tried it on and literally 10 minutes later I could not smell it, and it was so disappointing because it smells so good. But I guess the Prerogative is similar enough, but I can actually smell it all day. So I'm not going to buy a perfume that I can't smell for more than 10 minutes. No way, never ever. So out of all of those, I'm gonna choose Prerogative. A note on Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. They also have the Légère version, And I did smell one of them, I can't remember which one, at a mall before, and I liked it. I think it might have been the Leger, because this didn't do it for me. So I want to get a sample of that, but I also am like, I shouldn't pay for a sample because malls are open now, but I don't like leave my house. So we'll see. But yeah, that's that. Next, we're going to talk about, so we were just talking about celebrity fragrances, which are pretty cheap. And now we're going to go on the opposite end of the spectrum and talk about the most expensive perfume I own, which is Kilian Black Phantom. And if you don't know about Kilian, it's very expensive. Like, one bottle is over $200 if you want a full size, which is nuts. And I obviously have never bought a full size, because no way. I did buy a travel set of one that I smelled at the mall with my sister. It's called Black Phantom, and it's actually really funny, the story of why I bought it. So when you smell it, when you first spray it, to me at least, it smells like fog machine juice. That's very specific, but if you've ever smelled the stuff coming out of a fog machine, you know what I'm talking about. It had like this dusty smell, and I was just like, oh, that's so weird. Oh my god, who would wear that? And I was like joking. And then I made a sample of it just because I was like, maybe I want to smell like a fog machine sometimes, lol. And yeah, for some reason the sample always smelled like a fog machine. But then when I bought the actual thing, because I couldn't stop thinking about it, like I was obsessed for half a year, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get it. I'm just going to get the sample set because it's the cheapest, even though it's still $400. I mean 200, damn, not 400. Two. I'm not that crazy. So I got it, and it actually smells kind of like latte, like coffee latte. So here, there's no middle, top, or base notes. It's just one big thing in here. It's sandalwood. Okay, come on, website. Let's go. Let's go. It doesn't want to tell me. Oh, here, I'll just read it. Rum, sugarcane, dark chocolate, coffee, caramel, almond, heliotrope, and sandalwood. So yeah, basically it's like a chocolate latte with rum and some floral. And it smells really nice, really sweet, definitely for winter, because you don't want it to be sickly sweet in the summer. And because this is kind of fancy and expensive, I'd like to show you the box. When you get the box, first it comes in this, which you like slide off of this box. And this is like paper, but it's like fancy hard paper, right? So you open it, and you get your little card, and it's like, oh my god, my name's Kilian, I'm super fancy, I make perfumes, and like, yes. It comes with this goes here, this little travel case thing. So you get these vials of it, you get 3 vials, and there's the 4th one in here with the sprayer, which looks like this. And it says what it is on each vial, and it says by Kilian, and it has a little K, it's cute. And the vials have the lid, and you just, when you're done with one, you move the sprayer over, and it's well made. Well made. And this is magnetic, so, see, so nice. And it has like this engraving on it. So this is an Achilles shield, and Kilian says you can wear fragrances for 2 reasons. You can wear it as a weapon of seduction, or you can wear it as a shield of protection. So that's what the shield's about. And these fit perfectly in here like this. And then you have your little spray. And if you're traveling or whatever, it's not going to pop open. You're not going to accidentally spray it anywhere. And then when you're ready to switch it out, you just take it out. So that is the Black Phantom. It smells like a really nice latte with some rum in it. And the other one that I like by Kilian is called Back to Black. And this is a very popular one, maybe the most talked about. Black Phantom's also talked about a lot, but Back to Black is a very good, like, classic, all the time scent, I think. Oh my god, it has a lot of notes. Well, to me, it smells like incense and honey. Like, it's very good, it's very sexy. And these are both unisex. I think they're more targeted towards men, though. When I first got into perfume, I was into that. yeah, it's actually called Back to Black Aphrodisiac. And yeah, it really is. Like, if you're trying to use these as weapons of seduction, this is the right one to get, okay? For anyone, man or woman, or whatever you are. Yeah, it has a lot of notes listed, but I'd just say honey, cedar, oak, tobacco, yeah, incense, a little bit of vanilla. So you can look up the notes if you want, but those are the main ones I'd say. It's so good. So good. You only need a couple sprays of these Killians, and they last all day long. Like, you do the sprays, and if you can smell it then after you spray it, that's how you're going to smell it all day long, like 12 plus hours. So good. Which is the only reason the price is even somewhat justified, because holy crap. But yeah, that's that. I've tried some of their newer ones, and I'm not super into it, but I do like these two, so yeah, I have some extra bottles of the Black Phantom, since I got 4 in the set, and I might sell one of them because they sell for $40, which is nice. But that's Killian. Now we can talk about Thierry Mugler, which I think anyone who's been to a Nordstrom's probably has heard of. They are pretty popular. This is one of the most popular. It's called Alien. And they also have one called Angel that comes in the Blue Star bottle, which the bottle is beautiful, but I got a sample of that and I smelled it. And oh Lord, that is so strong. To me, it smells like a grandma's house. I don't mean that to be offensive or like ageist or anything, but it's just way too strong for me. Like, I don't know, when I think of Angel, I think of light, sweet, and innocent, and that was not the vibes I was getting from that. That was like incensey, like that's the wrong word, but the intensity was at the same level. But anyway, we're here to talk about Alien right now. So I like this one. I kind of had to get used to it. I got a sample, and the first time I wore it, I was like, but then it's like, it's not something that you immediately like, but you smell it, and then you're like, and then you're like, wait, what was that? And you go back and smell it, and you're like, huh, and you're like, and you're like, wait, I gotta smell it again. So to me, it's like, it makes you keep coming back because it's mysterious, so the word alien is very appropriate. The top note is jasmine. The middle note is woodsy notes, and the base note is amber. That is very accurate. I would say they all play throughout the day. It's just like the top notes is more at the beginning and the base notes is more at the end, but you can get all of them, I think, all day. That's just my opinion though. And the bottle is very cute. I like it. Then there's a flanker of this, so if you don't know, the main scent would be called the Pillar. So this is Alien, the original, the first one released, blah blah blah. This is the Pillar scent. And then if there are like other scents made as like an addition to this like line, then they're called flankers. So this is still like the main scent, but then they could make like Alien sweet or like alien spicy, which I'm just making that up, but those will be called flankers because they're based on the main one. So if I got some samples of flankers and I tried Alien Flora Futura, that one's an eau de toilette instead of an eau de perfume, and by the way, all the ones that we've talked about so far are eau de parfum. I'm gonna try to be French, but rip. So the Flora Futura, to me, it just smelled like a lighter version of Alien. I don't know, I didn't get much difference except it's EDT instead of EDP, which means it's not as strong. So I was like, I don't understand why I would want this. But on Fragrantica, it says the notes are slightly different. The top notes are Buddha wood and citron. The middle one is night blooming cereus. And the base is sandalwood and amber. So that's like similar but not the same. But I don't know. It just didn't seem like something for me. And then the Alien Fusion though. I have one coming in the mail because I liked it a lot. And to me, without reading the notes, it just smelled like the original Alien, but like with some hard candy like fruity, crisp, hard candy mixed in. Do you know what I mean? And maybe some licorice, like a tiny bit. So what Fragrantica says for Alien Fusion, which is a nice bright red bottle, is very pretty. It's the same shape and everything, but just bright red instead of purple. The top note would be cinnamon and ginger, so it's like red hot spicy at first. And then the middle is tuberose and orange blossom, which if you've never smelled tuberose, apparently is very polarizing. A lot of people like it and a lot of people hate it. So definitely smell something with it before you go and just buy things without smelling. But orange blossom is really nice. For some reason I associate it with jasmine in my mind, which might make sense because the original Alien has jasmine and this smells similar. Okay, and then the base is vanilla and white amber. And like I said earlier, anything with vanilla, I love that. So I actually like the Alien Fusion better than Alien. I think it has the potential, the Fusion has the potential to be too sweet, so what I might do is spray like one spray of each when I use it, because for this you only need 1 or 2 sprays and it lasts all day long, very strong. Anyone next to you can smell it. So good. Beast mode, 12 plus hours. Yes. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Thierry Mugler. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. And the Angel line, no. I also tried Aura. I'm not even going to read the notes on Aura. The bottle's really cute. It's like this green heart crystal thing. And one of the reviews on Fragrantica said it's like minty floss and bubblegum. Like the pink Hubba Bubba bubblegum. And that is exactly what I smelled when I wore it. It's very interesting, but for me it didn't last super long on me. And it's not like, I have other perfumes that I already own that I like more than that, so it wouldn't make sense for me to buy it. But I didn't not like it. Okay, so that one could be worth checking out. This is a really good brand overall. Like Thierry Mugler, I think the brand now is just Mugler, but definitely worth checking out. And if you go to Nordstrom, any Nordstrom should have this one, the original Alien and the original Angel, if you want to check them out. So that's all I have to say about that. Then I have this one called Mon Paris by YSL. And it is a nice like strawberry scent to me. I'll read you the notes on here. Yeah, okay, so strawberry. Tangerine, orange, cologne, and it has a picture of a molecule for that one. I don't know what that is. Bergamot, pear, raspberry. Those were the top notes. Obviously very fruity, like mostly citrus and berry, which is so nice in the summer. Oh my god, it smells so good. Then the middle is Chinese jasmine and jasmine sambac, orange blossom, peony, and datura. And peony and datura are both white florals. Okay, so middle is very floral with jasmine, which I love jasmine, okay? And base is cedar, patchouli, ambroxan, which is another molecule, white musk, another patchouli, vanilla, and moss. So there's the vanilla. Now we know why I like it. But this smells so good. It's like perfectly balanced. Like they did such a good job. And it has vanilla and jasmine and like strawberry and raspberry in it. Oh my god, it's so good. And it's not too expensive either. This is the 3.4 ounce bottle. I got this for $50 on Mercari. New. That's really good. For a full bottle, for 3.4 ounces, for a designer brand, okay? Like, you can go to Ross and get a whole big bottle like this, probably for $6 of some whatever the heck. But for a designer, this is really good. However, longevity, not great. Which I've heard about a lot of lighter, fruitier perfumes is the case. But I just love how this smells so much. I think next time I'll wear it, I'll put like lotion on first, so maybe that can make a barrier so my skin doesn't like eat it up so fast. But it definitely lasts for a few hours at least. And I think at the end of the day I can still smell it if I'm like So with the perfumes I know don't last as long, I always make sure to put 1 or 2 sprays on my shoulders, so if I want to during the day, I can be like, ah. But yeah, I love this. It is not beast mode, but I love it. Okay, that is the only one by YSL. Actually, that's not true. Black Opium is also by YSL. So I guess this is a trend I noticed with YSL, is the perfumes do not last long on me. Maybe it's just me. I'm not sure. But our next brand, and the only one I have by this brand, which is Dior, is Dior Addict. This is a classic. A lot of people talk about it. This is the only one I have a backup of, too. I have this 3.4 ounce bottle, and I have a backup 3.4 ounce bottle, because when I first got this, I was like, oh my god, this is so good. I need to have this forever. And I still feel that way. So, the notes in here, top notes are mandarin leaf and blackberry. Middle is rose, jasmine, night blooming, cereus, and orange blossom. And I just want to say, I don't smell the rose at all. I don't like rose that much. I smell the jasmine. This is jasmine bomb. So good. And this is very dark and sexy, okay? Also, base notes, vanilla, tonka bean, and sandalwood. So tonka bean is in part why it's so sexy, I think. Tonka bean is a sexy note, at least from my understanding. And yeah, I actually haven't read the notes until now. I don't know if I pick up the blackberry, but that is a top note, so that would be just when you spray it. But the jasmine, vanilla, and the sandalwood and tonka bean, that's what I pick up all day, especially jasmine and vanilla. And it doesn't say it here. Oh yeah, it says it in the description, bourbon vanilla. See? There we go again. I love me some bourbon vanilla. This is probably my favorite scent ever. Check it out. Okay. Yeah, that was Dior Addict. Eau de Perfume. And not Dior Addict to life. Not Addict to... No. Dior Addict EDP. In the big blue bottle. Okay. Is that all I had? Dang, dude. That's all the fragrances I had to talk about. This is a fun little thing I keep my samples in. This is a box from Kilian. And if you buy the full-size bottle, which I did not, I got this box off Poshmark from someone who didn't want it. You get this big box, and it has a little insert where the bottle sits in, but I took that out, and I just put my samples in here, and actually my Kilians, because they're smaller and they can fall over. I keep my samples and my Kilians in this box. I love this box. My favorite part is it comes with this key, and it's actually functional. You can lock the box, like... Oh, you can't hear it, dang it. But, yeah, it locks. And unlocks. And the key has a tassel. I don't know. I like it. So that's it for the fragrances. Yeah. Let me know what you think. And if you have similar taste to me, please let me know what to check out next, because this is so fun for me. I enjoy this a lot. And especially since I haven't had much of a sense of smell in years, and now it's finally coming back, like, I love it. So please, if you like dark, sexy, like vanilla, jasmine, and maybe coffee too, if there's any good coffee scents, I want a good coffee scent, okay? Let me know. Thanks.